DoorDash has officially got rid of the Top Dasher program entirely, and they've combined the Top Dasher program with previously the high paying offer program and made this weird combination. It's called Dasher Rewards. Now, before I give my own personal opinion about any of this stuff, I'm just going to read what these rewards actually are. So there's 3 different tiers. There's silver, there's gold, and there's platinum. I can't help but think this is like some sort of fucking like credit card type deal. Like, I don't have any credit cards, but I get letters in the mail all the time. And they're like, become a Chase Platinum member. It gives me the same vibe. So if you become silver, which requires a 50% acceptance rate and a completion rate of 90%, and of course a customer rating of 4.5, if your customer rating is below 4.5, you're probably just a shitter. So like I said, silver, you get priority for high paying offers and early access to scheduling. Now, if you go up to gold, which is set... What? Dude, I swear they changed these from what I first saw. So gold is 70% acceptance rate with a completion rate of 95%. You receive VIP Dasher support. I don't think that's going to mean anything. I've been a Top Dasher and I've had the VIP Dasher support, and they're just as fucking delusional. I'm going to get mad just thinking about it, but yeah. Also, you get increased priority for high paying offers. And then the last level, which is platinum, is the same requirements as the gold level. So 70% acceptance rate, 95% completion, but you need a 4.7 customer rating. And you also need 100 deliveries in the last 30 days. And then finally, you unlock Dash Now, which used to be available to all Top Dashers, but now you have to actually maintain the 70% acceptance rate. You have access to large orders, so catering, and top priority for high paying offers. I'll give my opinion on this after I complete this Taco Bell order that I just received. Alright, now that I've completed that order, let me tell you, I think if you were already a Top Dasher and you already had your acceptance rate over 70% consistently throughout the month, then this means absolutely nothing. Because really, there's only 2 benefits that matter when it comes to DoorDash. That's priority for high-paying orders and being able to dash whenever. So if you already had your acceptance rate at 70%, and maintained it, this means nothing. However, if you were a person like me that just went for the Top Dasher status at the very end of the month and did not maintain that acceptance rate throughout the month, this means you are no longer going to be able to dash whenever you want to. As in, you will need to schedule in advance, and you even need a 50% acceptance rate now to see the early scheduling. If you're a Dasher and your acceptance rate is still that 0 to like 49%, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a rough period for you. They've taken everything from you, bro. Like, the bottom tier Dashers just take L after L. This isn't a new trend, though. They're constantly making changes, basically screaming in your face, please get your acceptance rate up.
Accept more orders, motherfucker, or you will get a Tony in your motherfucking face with a wooden spoon.
Maybe at some point they'll make a requirement where if your acceptance rate is below 50%, you have to wear a butt plug during your whole shift. I really don't know what's next, but like I said, in my opinion, you can either adapt to these changes and raise your acceptance rate, which I have, and I've noticed my earnings are actually higher than they were last year, but I can only speak for myself, or you can continue to have your low acceptance rate, but you're essentially going to get bottom of the barrel orders. You're going to have a hard time getting out. It's not going to be a good time. So with that being said, I'm actually going to hop into a shift. I've already been dashing, except I'm using Earn by Time, which Earn by Time is not affected by any of these programs. I want to make that clear. There's no priority for Earn by Time. In fact, DoorDash specifically says that your tips will be lower on Earn by Time. So with that knowledge, I'm going to switch to Earn per order, and I guess I'll see if there's a difference. I get this little top priority for high pay sticker I see. I'll see you guys when I get my first order. Okay, and literally 30 seconds later, I can't make this up, I get the $6 order for 2 miles. The first change I see is that they changed the color of the sticker. So that's basically the update in a nutshell. It's a different fucking color. They must think we're like 2 years old watching Cocomelon and are drawn to bright colors. But to me, the only color that matters when I'm looking at whether or not to accept an order would be the color of my wallet after I complete it. And if my wallet was green, then I'll accept it. Now, if my wallet is brown, I would decline it. And you might be wondering, why brown? Well, because my wallet is brown, which would mean that it would be empty. I will be right back. The very next offer I received was this right here. I don't know. Should I take this? Should I not? There's not a sticker telling me if I should, so I actually have to think for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. It's slow, but hopefully next time I get an order, I'll have a bright sticker to tell me if I should take it or not. order of the day is this McDonald's that I am why did I just say McDonald's? Bob Evans that I'm zipping up right now. $8.50 for about 4 miles. I waited forever for this order. I just want that to be known. Like 30 minutes for this order, but at least it's good. Okay, so I just completed that last order. It was the $8.50 Bob Evans, and somehow that ended up having a hidden tip on it, which is confusing. How is there a hidden tip yet it didn't tell me? Normally it would tell me, it would say $8.50 plus, but I guess this one decided not to tell me. Kind of weird. It is about 20 minutes later. I just ran home to make myself some lunch. Now, the word make might be a large overstatement, as this might be the most boring f***ing lunch you've ever seen. Picture a cheeseburger, okay? Now, take everything fun about the cheeseburger away from it and strip it to its core ingredients. And that's essentially what I'm eating. It's just a grass-fed patty with chunks of cheese in there and some pickles. Not much of making anything, really. And then I have a banana. It looks like it has been sitting out a little too long. I think that's mold on the end.
Ah, delicious food.
The rest of this shift went pretty shit. It really feels like when I start recording my shifts, I get sent the worst possible offers, and then when I'm not recording, I get constant bangers. But it's just gotta be luck. I made $63 in 4.5 hours. However, this was not my first shift since this update. When this update dropped on May 7th, I tried it out in a scrapped video and made $180 in 9 hours, so I think I've worked enough now to gauge how I feel about this update. Footage from that first shift will play as I talk about these changes. As I said, these changes really push out the dashers that quote-unquote cherry pick. If you're part-time, it doesn't really matter. If you're dashing maybe 10 to 15 hours a week after work, you'll still be fine. But if you're full-time, you're going to struggle. But there are ways to adapt to keeping your acceptance rate up while still making good money. A change as simple as working earlier in the morning has dramatically improved my earnings while maintaining my acceptance rate. I see considerably less orders without a tip in the early hours around 5 to 10 a.m. than I do throughout the rest of the day. Because of this, I'm able to turn on Earn by Time and make over $20 an hour most mornings while taking nearly every single order and raising my acceptance rate. This would also allow you to be more selective later in the afternoon. Another thing worth saying, I know some people contact support to add a bike to their vehicle list and use this mode to receive orders going less miles while raising their acceptance rate, but I can't actually recommend this because I don't know if it's against the rules. If you use this mode while in a car, it probably is against the rules, but it's worth mentioning, and if you do actually have a bike, it could be fun. Lastly, it's possible that you could just re-strategize. Maybe, just maybe, taking 7 out of every 10 orders you receive wouldn't be as bad as you think once you're in the highest tier. This is something that I can't tell you, nobody else can tell you, and you'll never really know until you try it in your market. And before I end this video, let me explain my method of deciding whether or not I take an order. I've started thinking like this for about the past month, and it's actually really helped. So when I receive an order, I look at the pay. Let's say it's this $8.50 order I got earlier. I multiply the pay number by 3 and convert that into minutes. I ask myself, can I get this order done and be in a position to accept new orders in 25 minutes? If the answer is no, I don't take this order. In this case, it was yes, so I took it. The reason I chose this math specifically is so you can always be making $20 an hour. So this means if you can do a $4 order in 12 minutes, then it's worth it. And if you can do a $15 order in 45 minutes, then it's also worth it, and so on and so forth. I hope this helps, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think of this new update. Also, one last thing, if you're the Platinum status Dasher, you can see catering orders, so I just ordered a catering bag. I wouldn't order the one from DoorDash's website. It's $40. I found pretty much the exact same thing, the same size, dimensions on Amazon for half the price, so I'll leave that link in the description. Fuck DoorDash, we're not giving them any extra money. Why are construction workers always Mexican? I'm not hating, like they get shit done. Like you could put 20 of me's on that construction site back there and I would still get less done than 3 Mexicans and a couple of Mountain Dews.